Oh, hey there. So I want to read to you what was life-changing for me, what really took me from I have no desire to even go to heaven to like I want to be there more than anything. So this is the last two chapters of the Bible. So this is Revelation chapter 21. I'm going to start there. We'll see how long this video goes. Okay, so it says, "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, 'Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell among them.' Sorry, he will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God." So at this point, we're not wondering anymore. There's no I wonder who the real God is or if God is real or any other thing. Like we are seeing God face to face. That to me is miraculous. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. Sign me up. If it was this life on this planet with no more death or mourning or crying or pain, yes, and we get to see God face to face, okay? But there's more. That's just the beginning. He who was seated on the throne said, "I am making everything new." Then he said, "Write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true." He said to me, "It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To the thirsty I will give water without cost from the spring of the water of life. Those who are victorious will inherit all this, and I will be their God, and they will be my children. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars, they will be consigned to the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death." Now that doesn't sound fun to me. I have a saying that there are no cowards in heaven. And it encourages me to be courageous and strong even when things are hard. Because out of this list of bad things, the first thing it says is, "But the cowardly." Then the unbelieving. Those are people that have no faith. The vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars, they will be consigned to the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. It's hell. Okay, then it goes on. "One of the seven angels who had the seven bowls full of the seven last plagues came and said to me, 'Come, I will show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb.' And he carried me away in the spirit to a mountain great and high, and showed me the holy city, Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God. It shone with the glory of God, and its brilliance was like that of a precious jewel, like a jasper, clear as crystal. It had a great high wall with 12 gates, and with 12 angels at the gates. On the gates were written the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. There were 3 gates on the east, 3 on the north, 3 on the south, and 3 on the west. The wall of the city had 12 foundations, and on them were the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. The angel who talked with me had a measuring rod of gold to measure the city, its gates and its walls. The city was laid out like a square, as long as it is wide. He measured the city with the rod and found it to be 12,000 stadia in length, and as wide and high as it is long." Okay, so if we look that up, that's about 1,400 miles. Okay, so it's 1,400 miles wide and deep and tall. Now, to put that in something you can understand, it's about 3,000 miles from New York to LA. So you get about half of that distance. That's the city, how wide it is and deep and tall. Okay, so pretty good size. The angel measured the wall using human measurement. It was 144 cubits thick. Now, a cubit is from your elbow to the tip of your fingers. Okay, it's about 18 inches. And so that's about 200 feet thick. So the wall is 200 feet thick. That's pretty good size. 20 stories if you want to set it on its side. The wall was made of jasper, and the city of pure gold, as pure as glass. The foundations of the city walls were decorated with every kind of precious stone. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third agate, the fourth emerald, the fifth onyx, the sixth ruby, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth topaz, the 10th turquoise, the 11th jacinth, and the 12th amethyst. The 12 gates were 12 pearls, each made of a single pearl. That's where you get the pearly gates. That's why people talk about the pearly gates, is because of right here, because each gate is made of a single pearl. Huge, though. The great street of the city was of gold as pure as transparent glass. So gold that's so pure, you can see through it. I did not see a temple in the city, because the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are its temple. There's no need to go to church because you're at church all the time. You're in God's presence. The city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives it light, and the Lamb is its lamp. Now, this is interesting. In Genesis, first it says, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. On the fourth day, he created the sun and the moon. and this is showing that again, like the light is God, the light is not from the sun. The nations will walk by its light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. On no day will its gates ever be shut, for there will be no night there. So it's never nighttime, because God is the light. There's no time where you're in the eclipse of the sun, because God is always there. The glory and the honor of the nations will be brought into it. Nothing impure will ever enter into it, nor will anyone who does what is shameful or deceitful, but only those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life. Then I'm like, well, how do I get to that?